Watching this video, you will unlock so many useful features you would have never thought Microsoft Outlook to have. Trust me, I've been using Outlook for more than 10 years now and have helped hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of people with my Outlook and Microsoft tutorials here on my YouTube channel. And yes, at first glance, it might look like a dated email program, but in fact, it has so many great helpful features that unfortunately very few people know. So let's uncover some of them, and without further ado, let's start with the first one, which is Outlook voting buttons. I believe you know the struggle of coordinating with a team or gathering feedback from multiple people. Managing everyone's responses can quickly become overwhelming. I used to struggle with this when trying to schedule meetings or make decisions via email. Trying to keep track of who said what and when was a nightmare. That's when I discovered Outlook voting buttons, a feature that simplifies the process by allowing you to quickly poll your recipients and easily track their responses. To use the voting buttons, start by composing a new email as you would normally do, addressing it to the recipients whose input you need. Go to the Options tab in the message window. In the Tracking group, click on Use Voting Buttons. You'll see a few predefined options like Approve, Reject, and Yes, No. Select one of the predefined options if they fit your needs. If you need custom responses, select Custom from the drop-down. In the Properties dialog box that appears, enter the options you want to provide, separated by semicolons. For example, you might type option A, option B, option C if you're giving multiple choices. Once you've set up the voting options, finish writing your email and send it as usual. Recipients will see the voting buttons at the top of their email and can easily submit their response with a single click. To view the results of your poll, go to your Sent Items folder and open the email you sent. Click on the Message tab and then on Tracking to see who has voted and what their responses were. Outlook will display a summary of the votes, making it easy to see the results at a glance. If you notice that not all recipients have responded, you can send a follow-up email or reminder to ensure everyone's input is captured. In any case, I really love using voting buttons because they offer a built-in way to quickly gather feedback without the hassle of setting up a poll in a separate tool. So if you haven't tried them yet, I highly recommend giving them a shot the next time you need to gather input from a team or group. The second feature I want to share with you is Outlook's so-called search folders. They are a powerful yet underutilized feature in Outlook that helps you organize your emails without manually sorting them into folders. With search folders, you can create virtual folders that automatically gather emails based on specific criteria, such as all unread messages, email from a particular sender, or messages with attachments. This feature saves you time by allowing you to quickly access important emails without digging through your entire inbox. Here's how to create a search folder in Outlook. Start by opening Outlook and navigate to the Mail view. In the left pane, scroll down to find the Search Folder section. If it's collapsed, click the arrow next to it to expand the list. Right-click on Search Folders and select New Search Folder. A dialog box will open with a list of predefined search folders and an option to create a custom one. You can select from predefined options like Unread Mail, Mail Flagged for Follow-up, or Mail with Attachments. Select the one that suits your needs and click OK. The new search folder will appear in the search folder list. If none of the predefined options fit, scroll down in the dialog box and select Create a custom search folder. Click Choose to set the criteria such as specific keywords, sender names, or date ranges. After setting your criteria, click OK to create the folder. Your new search folder will now be listed under Search Folders in the left pane again. Clicking on it will display all the emails that meet your criteria. You can rename, modify, or delete your search folders at any time by right-clicking on the folder and selecting the appropriate option. So using a search folder in Outlook allows you to create a more organized and efficient email experience, helping you focus on what's important without getting bogged down by the clutter of less relevant emails. So if you liked the video so far, make sure to subscribe to my newsletter and grab your free copy of The Essential Guide to 3x Productivity. Let's be honest, are you tired of feeling buried by your to-do list, constantly running out of time and never making real progress? If you're exhausted by the daily grind, wasting time and stressing out without seeing the expected results, then you need this guide. It's packed with proven strategies that actually work to triple your productivity by mastering 3 key areas. Building solid structures that keep your day organized and focused. Creating simple systems that make managing your time, tasks, and priorities effortless, and supercharging your workflow with Microsoft 365 tips that save you hours. So if you're ready to reclaim your time, reduce your mental load, and get more done every day, don't wait. Sign up for my newsletter via the link in the description, grab the free guide, and start making real lasting progress today. Next up are email mentions. Email mentions is one of those small but incredibly useful features in Outlook that I find myself using all the time. So let me share a quick story how using this feature helped me a lot. So I was working on a big project with my team and we were under a tight deadline, but working remotely from different locations across the globe. Since we wanted the whole team to be up to date and get the full picture, we always CC'd the entire team for bigger team updates. As you might know, the drawbacks of having quite a few people in CC is that they might not feel as addressed as they would be if they were directly approached. So we had this one colleague who always seemed to miss key details in our email threads, which would slow down our progress. Instead of hoping they'd catch up the important parts, I started using the @ symbol to mention them directly in my emails. This lets this person jump from the CC field in the To field in Outlook, and the name was highlighted in color in the email. Next to those 2 advantages, when you use email mentions, the message automatically goes to Mentions filter in the person's inbox, making it almost impossible for them to miss it. So by just using this feature, the project took a turn. Suddenly, my colleague was on top of their task and we avoided those last-minute scrambles to get things done. Now here's how to use email mentions in Outlook. Start writing your email as you would normally do. When you need to mention someone, type the @ symbol followed by their name. For example, type @John Doe. As you type, Outlook will suggest names from your contact list. Click on the correct name when it appears. And continue writing your email and the mentioned person's name will be highlighted in blue, as well as they will jump in the To field in case they were listed in the CC or BCC field initially. When you send the email, the mentioned person will see their name highlighted and the email will appear in their mentions filter. Using email mentions has helped me keep my team on the same page, ensuring that no one misses out on important information. It's a simple but powerful way to make sure the right people are always in the loop. Talking about ensuring that important information is not missed out, if you struggle to keep your files, folders, emails, or notes organized, I recommend checking out The Digital Architect, a comprehensive guide I've personally written packing all my knowledge and experience into your ultimate toolkit for digital efficiency. This isn't about just organizing files, it's a complete overhaul of how you manage your digital life. From streamlined file management to best practices for handling your emails, calendar, and your notes, this guide provides actionable tips that can transform your approach to digital organization. So if digital clutter has been holding you back, this guide is your solution. Dive into The Digital Architect and start reclaiming your time, energy, and headspace today. Click the link in the description below to learn more and boost your productivity. What can also be challenging in managing projects or just daily workload is the amount of emails and meeting invites you get. Managing a busy inbox can feel overwhelming, especially when on top of your work emails, you're constantly bombarded with promotional emails, newsletters, and notifications. There was a time when I used to spend a lot of time sifting through all this clutter just to find the important emails that really needed my attention. It was frustrating, and I knew there had to be a better way to stay on top of my inbox without getting distracted by less relevant messages. That's when I discovered a feature in Outlook that changed how I handle my emails. Focused Inbox. This feature automatically sorts your emails into 2 tabs: Focused for the most important messages and Other for the rest, allowing you to concentrate on what really matters without the distraction of less critical emails. And here's how to use Focused Inbox in Outlook Desktop. Open Outlook on your desktop. Go to the View tab in the ribbon, click on Show Focused Inbox to enable it. Your inbox will now be split into two tabs, Focused and Other. If you have it enabled, your inbox will just show all versus unread emails in the two tabs. To move an email from the Other tab to the Focus tab or vice versa, right-click on the email and choose Move to Focused or Move to Other. This action helps train Outlook on where similar emails should go in the future. While Focused Inbox does a great job of filtering your emails, it's still a good idea to check the Other tab occasionally to ensure you don't miss anything important. Now, you might have heard of the clutter feature, which used to be available in both Outlook on the web and desktop versions. Clutter worked similarly to Focused Inbox by moving less important emails to a separate clutter folder. But Microsoft has since deprecated clutter in favor of Focused Inbox, which offers a more streamlined experience. Ever since they also deprecated clutter in the web version of Outlook, you also just have the option to go with the Focus versus the Other inbox or no sorting at all. If you want to enable Focused Inbox in Outlook on the web, do the following. Click on the gear icon, the settings, in the upper right corner of the screen. In the settings pane, you should see a toggle switch for Focused Inbox. Turn it on to enable the feature. If you don't see the toggle directly, scroll down and click on View All Outlook Settings. In the settings menu, navigate to Mail and Layout. Look for the Focused Inbox option and ensure it's set to sort messages into Focused and Other. In summary, Focused Inbox is the way forward for most users, offering a more integrated and user-friendly approach to managing your emails. It works for both desktop and mobile and might have the advantage of not just moving your seemingly less important emails into a separate folder. But eventually, it's up to you to decide which option you prefer. Using the next tip, however, should be a non-negotiable going forward. When I showed this tip to one of my former team colleagues, she was so amazed because it helped her save quite a lot of time every week. Back then, she was responsible for sending end-of-week updates to a pretty large project team as well as another email to the client team. The email always had the same layout, sections, recipients, and similar titles every week, but the content, of course, changed. So when my colleague found herself sending the same type of email over and over again, it was like a real sink. You might know the same from replying to customer inquiries or even just confirming appointments. Typing out the same message repeatedly is not just tedious, it's also inefficient. And that's where email templates in Outlook come in handy, and that's what I told my colleague about back then. This feature allows you to create and save templates for emails you send frequently, so you can insert them with just a few clicks instead of typing them out or copying them each time. To create such an email template, you can start by composing a new email as you normally would. Write the content of the email that you want to use as a template. This could be anything from a simple greeting to a more complex message or an update email. Once you've written your email, go to the File tab in the message window. Select Save As. In the Save As type drop-down, choose Outlook Template. Give your template a name and choose a location to save it. By default, Outlook will save it in the Templates folder. And when you're ready to use the template, go to the Home tab and click New Items. Select More Items, choose Form. In the Look in drop-down, select User Templates in File System. Find the template you saved, select it, and click Open. Now the template will open as a new email, ready for you to customize with any specific details before sending. Alternatively, you can just do a double click on the .oft template file that you have saved on your computer. To update a template, open it as described above, make the necessary changes and then save it again by going to File, Save As and overriding the existing template file. Just as writing the same emails over and over again, it can be just as tedious to constantly performing the same actions in your email inbox over and over again. Moving emails to specific folders, forwarding messages to my team, or flagging emails for follow-up. Sometimes it feels like a never-ending cycle of clicks and drags. But of course, Outlook has a solution for this. Quick Steps, a feature that allows you to automate these repetitive tasks with just a single click. Quick Steps are designed to streamline your workflow by letting you perform multiple actions at once, saving you time and reducing the cognitive load of repetitive tasks. Instead of manually handling each email, you can create a custom quick step that does the work for you all in one. To set up a quick step, open Outlook and go to the Home tab. In the Quick Steps group, you'll see some default quick steps like Move to Manager and Team Email. You can use these or create your own. Click on the Create New option in the Quick Steps gallery. The Edit Quick Step dialog box will appear. Here you can name your quick step and choose the actions you want it to perform. For example, you can set up a quick step to move an email to a specific folder, mark it as read, and then forward it to your manager, all in one step. In the Actions drop-down, select the first action you want to perform, such as Move to Folder. To add more actions, click Add Action and choose what you need, like marking the message as read or categorizing it. You can also assign a keyboard shortcut to your quick step for even faster access. Once you configured all these actions, click Finish. Your new quick step will now appear in the Quick Steps gallery on the Home tab. To use it, simply select an email or multiple emails and click on your quick step. Outlook will perform all the actions you specified in one go. To edit an existing quick step, right-click on it in the gallery and select Edit. If you no longer need a quick step, right-click and select Delete to remove it. Before showing you tip number 7, let me guess that you have been there. One day, you realized your Outlook mailbox is bursting and you were getting those dreaded mailbox full warnings. A cluttered inbox not only makes it hard to find important emails, but can also slow down your productivity as you waste time searching through the mess. I used to ignore these warnings until one day I couldn't send any more emails because my mailbox was full. That's when I discovered the Mailbox Cleanup tool in Outlook, and it has been a great way to manage my inbox size ever since. Mailbox Cleanup is like a digital decluttering tool for your inbox. It helps you identify and remove old or large emails that take up unnecessary space. By regularly using this tool, you can keep your mailbox organized, improve Outlook's performance, and avoid the frustration of running out of storage at critical moments. And here's how to use Mailbox Cleanup. Open Outlook and go to the File tab. In the Info section, you'll see a button labeled Tools next to Mailbox Settings. Once you clicked on Tools, select Mailbox Cleanup. The first thing you can do is view the size of your mailbox to see how much space you're using. Click on View Mailbox Size to get a breakdown of your mailbox content, including which folders are taking up the most space. To quickly free up space, you can use the options to find and delete emails older than a specific number of dates or larger than a certain size. Click Find Items Older Than and select a time frame such as 6 months or 1 year. Click Find Items Larger Than and choose a size like 1 megabyte or 5 megabyte. This will display a list of emails that meet the criteria, allowing you to review and delete them as needed. Another useful feature is Auto Archive, which automatically moves old emails and items to an archive folder, keeping your main mailbox clutter-free. To set this up, click on Auto Archive Settings in the Mailbox Cleanup tool and configure how often you want emails to be archived and where you want them to be stored. You can also use Mailbox Cleanup to quickly empty your deleted items and chunk email folders, which can often accumulate unnecessary files. Simply click on Empty for each of these options to clear them out and free up more space. Finally, to keep your mailbox under control, consider scheduling regular cleanups. You can set a reminder in Outlook to perform mailbox cleanup every few weeks or months, depending on how quickly your inbox fills up. This next tip helps to calm yourself when you send an important email and you wonder whether it was received and if the recipient actually read it. Outlook offers delivery notifications and read receipts to give you some insights, but these features come with a few limitations that you should be aware of. Delivery notifications can confirm that your email has successfully reached the recipient's email server, which is useful for knowing that your message didn't get lost in the cyberspace or is still in your outbox. So if you have experienced some email or network connection issues recently, using this feature temporarily might help you out. But it doesn't mean that the recipient has seen your email. It only says it's sitting in their inbox. Read receipts, on the other hand, are intended to notify you when your email has been opened. But here's the catch. The recipient can choose not to send a read receipt, and many email clients even have this feature disabled by default. So while you can request a read receipt, there's no guarantee you'll actually get it. To choose those options, do the following. Start by writing your email as you would normally do. Before sending your email, go to the Options tab in the message window. Check the box for Request a delivery receipt. This will notify you when your email has been delivered to the recipient's email server. In the same Options tab, check the box for Request a read receipt if you want to know when your email has been opened. Keep in mind that the recipient can opt out of sending a read receipt, so you might not always receive a confirmation. After selecting your tracking options, send your email as usual. And if your email is delivered, you'll get a notification. If the recipient chooses to send a read receipt, you'll be notified when they open your email. And finally, let me share a great tip with you that I wish I knew earlier. I guess we have all been there, caught in those never-ending email chains that keep growing with replies and forwards, most of which don't even require your input and just block your inbox. I used to find these threads super annoying. They cluttered my inbox and drawn my attention to them, but did not require any of my input. At the same time, other messages that actually mattered became a chore. But as always, Outlook has a simple feature that helps here. It's called Ignore Conversations, and it delivers on what the name promises. The Ignore Conversations feature is perfect for those moments when you get looped into an email chain that doesn't concern you. Instead of manually deleting or filing each message as it comes in, you can simply use the Ignore option, and Outlook will automatically move the entire thread, including future replies, to your deleted items folder. This means you can focus on emails that are actually relevant to you without the distraction of unwanted conversation threads. To ignore a conversation, do the following. In your inbox, find the conversation or email thread that you want to ignore. Click on any email within that thread to select it. Go to the Home tab in the ribbon at the top of your Outlook window. And in the deleted group, you'll see an option labeled Ignore. Click on it. And a dialog box will appear asking you to confirm that you want to ignore the conversation. Click Ignore Conversation to confirm. Once you've activated Ignore, Outlook will move the entire conversation, including any future messages in that thread, to your deleted items folder. You won't see any more messages from that thread in your inbox, allowing you to stay focused on what's important. But if you change your mind and want to rejoin a conversation, you can easily undo the Ignore action. Go to your deleted items folder, find the conversation you ignored and click on it. In the Home tab, click Ignore again and select Stop Ignoring Conversation. Now the thread will return to your inbox and you will start receiving new messages from it. In case the Ignore feature is a bit too harsh and you would want to just move the conversation in a specific folder instead of deleted items folder, consider setting up a quick step as we have covered earlier. Now, as you've seen, Outlook is packed with features that can significantly enhance your workflow. Often it's the simple but powerful tools that make the biggest difference in boosting your productivity. So if you're eager to discover even more tips to optimize your Outlook experience, watch this video next, where I dive into 12 additional features that will take your productivity to the next level.